All right, welcome to Jack Dodson'S Racing Insider News this week. I just got here. I'm enjoying the pizza. Never get tired of Papa John's Pizza, Jack.
Shout out Papa John's.
They got a grand opening, I think, Thursday in Virginia Beach. Somewhere I've seen it.
I'm guessing you'll be there. He's thinking
I
about
haven't
it.
decided yet.
He's thinking about it.
But let's thank our marketing partners, GAC, Great American Company. Appreciate Garamo Amaya. Hey, got it right. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Slinger Speed Company, your local t-shirt shop. Hit Tim Brown up.
Since we're talking about Tim, I talked with Tim. He's still waiting on confirmation for our hats. We'll talk about that.
Okay. Well, I'm in to hit him up. I got thought about our other shirts, but I'm not going to be here for the last race.
You're not going to be here on the first?
Yeah, but
that's the last race is November 1st.
Oh, so maybe I'm getting mixed up.
You're talking about the trunk or treat weekend.
Halloween weekend.
Yeah, you won't be here for that, but you'll be here for the next week.
Yeah, no, the following weekend I'm gonna be in Vegas.
Okay, well, the following week we won't have no show that week unless Adam wants to do it by himself. It won't be no show.
I'm not gonna be all week.
Oh well, I'm not. I'm gonna be on in the water.
That's no excuse.
I'll be in the Bahamas.
Clay, you want to fill in that week?
He's gonna be with me.
It's one shot. He can't do it.
I'd do it by myself, but it'd go off the rails.
Nah, NPM Marketing with Tanya McAllister. Thank Tanya. She always helps with our driver suit for the last couple of years, so thank her. So if you guys need a custom driving suit, hit Tanya up. Bonders Brothers Distillery. Robert Bondrit, been a long time supporter. Really appreciate that. Langley Speedway, man, how long has it been?
We've been over here over 7.5 years.
75 years.
The racetrack is 75 years. We've been here 7.5. I thought that's what he was
Jack
asking.
started when he was young. Pepsi Mountain Dews, mine and Jack's drink of choice. Mosquito Joe, Robert Rumbles,
not bulls.
Rumbles.
M-E, not B-E.
Yeah, whatever. Mr. Mosquito Joe guy. Outside is fun again. Hit Mosquito Joe up, drop Jack's name or the racetrack's name. You get 50% off on your first month of service from Hampton to Richmond. Fast Eddie's Barbecue. Fast Eddie is Johnny on the spot sometimes.
What do you mean?
Well, that one time when he had to leave and come back and he only brought us coleslaw, he was fast.
Well, we got to get him to do some more barbecue before it gets too late this year. And we probably need to do it at his house.
Yes, yeah. We got to plan that. So maybe we'll do that when Jack's gone.
Oh, we can do that. I'll call Eddie.
You know something, Adam. I brought you on this show because I really liked you and I wanted you on the show. But I'm beginning to regret the decision I may have made here.
You can come to the show. You just gonna have to miss the cruise. You got a decision to make.
Like Factory Can Feast, Todd Davis, we appreciate him. And Todd is going to donate, as we announced in Charlotte, fully custom 10 by 20 tent.
10 by 20. Yeah.
Full custom for the grand prize winner of our contest. And some chairs.
One of those.
Yeah, one of those.
So we'll talk about that later.
You're getting a race car for next season and you need one.
That's right. Miles of Single Scutter. Really, can't thank them enough for putting up 5 G's on some silly ideas that we had.
No.
Coming down to it, man.
Yeah.
But you think about it. It's a big help to the local racer. So
absolutely. So please like and share their posts or go like their page. Like anybody else's sponsors page. Frontline Performance Fuels, parts and lubrications, the hottest fuel at Langley Speedway, may or may not pass tech. Will win a championship.
May or may not win a championship.
PPS Pack Solutions, Power Solutions, Packet Power Solutions. I'm on a roll tonight. S&N Infrastructure. I read it first this time, Jack. Thanks to Morehouse for always supporting us and really appreciate it. It's been a great partnership. What's up, Victor? How you doing, buddy? With that, what kind of news you got this week, Jack?
Oh, we got a little bit going on this week. Let's talk about the Cup race this past weekend. Denny Hamlin got the win in the Cup race.
I did not think he was going to be able to pull that off.
He come pulling through there pretty fast to get to that lead. And, you know, he actually showed some emotion.
Yeah. It was cool to see.
Yeah, he was different than what I'm used to seeing him.
I didn't know his dad was sick.
I heard that, but I did not know. Evidently, it's not good, whatever it is. But anyway, that's pretty good to see.
But wasn't him and Larson were racing there for a second? I didn't think he was going to be able to catch him. But man, as soon as he cleared him, I was like, he's not going to be able to catch him. But after he cleared him, the dude was in another gear.
He was gone and got him no problem. All right, in the Xfinity race, Eric Almirola got the win in the Xfinity race.
You talk about the wreck?
No, I think we'll leave that out for right now. I don't want Joe White calling.
I was going to get Joe and say, what happened, Joe? Come on, tell your version. I mean, look, that's a tough job, and I'm not we joke with Joe because he's a friend, but I could not do that job.
Well, Rudy Fugle said it is a complete breakdown in communication.
Sure, there was miscommunication somehow.
Anyway,
I don't know what the criteria is, if you're pitting, how that works, if the spotter just kind of waves his hand, hey, from the spotter's hand, and I'm sure nobody thought that was going to happen. That would be my assumption of what happened.
Well, all right, down in Vegas, also at the Bull Ring, the Cars Tour West had a pro late model race. Jace Hale got the win. The ARCA West had their race out there. Trevor Huddleston got the win, and Connor Hall finished second. That was a pretty good run for him in his first time out there.
Yeah,
the first time in his team. I mean, the Sigma Racing, I don't know who that all was involved with that, but good run. They also did a side-by-side race. They brought side-by-sides out there.
They'll race anything out there.
Yeah, and put it on the track. Keelan Harvick won the side-by-side race.
So I've seen the stats between him and his dad. Pop ain't doing real good.
Papa finally got him one this weekend.
So Pop got him one this weekend?
Pop beat Junior this weekend, yep.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I didn't get all those.
He's on the board finally.
All right. At Hickory this past weekend, they had some racing in Hickory. All I know is that the Stars Superstock Series 2025 winner is Cody DeMarmos, as he won both of the races in that series down to Hickory to get the championship. All right. At H Speedway.
Who's the race director?
Caden Honeycutt was the race director this week.
Imagine.
Yeah. So, but I understand they're looking for somebody to do race director. I was afraid they were going to call Adam, but they didn't.
I don't have any experience race directing.
So anyway, down at H Speedway, we'll just drop that one real quick. The Smart Mods were at H Speedway. Carson Lofton got the win.
That was a fun battle.
And Burt Myers finished second. Oh, but after the race was over with, Burt Myers protested Lofton.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He went out. And then, on top of that, after all that was said and done, Lofton said, okay, I'm going to protest you. You know, if he wins the protest, Burt Myers said, no, we ain't tearing my stuff down. So they left it. They left it alone. So Carson Lofton got the win. Burt finished second, and nobody had to tear nothing down after it was over with. In the late models, Dustin Rumley got the win in the race and won the championship in the late models.
Well, Johnny Rumley's son, ain't it?
Yeah. Well, no,
No?
nephew.
Oh, well, I thought it was his son.
No, it's nephew. In the modifieds, Gary Causey got the win in the regular Ace Speedway modifieds. and he also got the championship. So that's a pretty big deal there. Man, they had a big race up at Winchester this past weekend, the 54th Winchester 400, which is a huge race up there. Our buddy Dave Adams was up there crew chiefing the ninth place car of George Phillips. So they finished ninth in the race. But at the 54th Winchester 400, Ty Majeski got the win. Second place went to Cole Butcher. Third to Dodson'S Sutton. And the 2020
Adam? Pizza's good.
We're working, man. Come on.
Oh, threw me off. Okay, wait. The 2025 ASA CRA Super Series champion is Cole Butcher. The JEG CRA All-Star champion is Billy Van Meter. Down at Dixieland Speedway, their final race of the season, in the Super Streets, Neil McClannon won the race, and the champion is Holly Weiss. She got her championship. In the Pure Stocks, Tyler Pierce got the win and the championship. In the Sportsman division, Joe Weiss got the championship and the win. So next week, we're going to have Joe and Holly here next week to talk about their championships. Cool. So that'll be pretty cool. In the Dirt Late Models, Ray Miller got his first win ever in a limited dirt late model. And Billy Hubbard won the championship. Rylan Lindsay won the Sport Compact and the championship. All right, some more news from this week.
Did you say Dominion?
I didn't say Dominion.
You didn't get Dominion?
I didn't get Dominion.
I
Nobody
got a
sent
thing
me.
there said that Brad Penny won the limited late model. And Chris Dunley, and Jacob Derrick got third.
Who sent you that?
Your buddy Mike.
Well, you ain't sent me nothing. Oh, well, who cares? Anyway, how about Brendan Queen going to run the last three races of the Xfinity Series
Oh,
for
Shorty.
Kaulig Racing? That's
Shorty
going to
needs to make his name Shorty instead of Michael.
So that's a pretty big deal to see him get three races, preparing him for next year.
Do you think that's a sign?
Well, I'm not going to say whether it's a sign or not, but it sure looks like one, doesn't it?
I mean, seems obvious to me.
Today they announced that Justin Haley is out of the SPIRE car.
Nobody knew that was coming.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, everybody knew.
I think we pretty much know who's going to get in the car, supposedly, but we'll see how that is. Matty D. Guido is out at Viking Racing. Connor Mozak is going to get the last few races, but I understand there is a whole lot of people upset with that situation because this week a lot of what Matt had done to get ready for Talladega, he was promoting one of his things, so everybody was giving money for him to be a part of the race and everything.
Put their name on the car.
Yeah, put their name on the car and everything. And now
He's not in the car.
they're talking about boycott. So that's going to be unbelievable. Carson Ware is going to be driving for Mike Harmon in the Xfinity Series this coming week. The race this weekend was rained out, so the second Langley Championship night is November the 1st.
Happy birthday, Aiden Millette.
Happy birthday, Aiden Millette. Oh, yeah, and Kingsport. Don't forget, Kingsport is Saturday night. That'll be a big race. Shannon Lester and all those guys going down for that race. The Langley Banquet, January the 24th. So
Tickets are available.
And the Truck or Treat is October the 25th. Neither one of you guys are going to be here. But that's the Truck or Treat night. So we'll see how that goes. And I don't have the thing on that right now, so I can't say. Anyway, that's all the news. And let's go ahead and make a switch here and bring Deb Williams is supposed to be coming on at 7:15. So, but let's go ahead and bring David over here and let him start talking.
D-Dub.
So
Y'all ain't ready for this, okay? I've been waiting for this one. Take off my jacket. Let me
Well, don't get
look at my
disappointed.
sweet tea. Y'all all know I had to bring in sweet tea. I don't know where's the camera right here.
Camera's up
Up
there.
there.
There we go, right here. We got the sweet tea right there.
Is that one of your sponsors?
Sadly, no. I did email them on Instagram, try to get them a sponsor. I mean, I tried my hardest to try to get them.
Maybe next year.
I don't know. I told them, say, just you don't have to give me nothing. Just give me a little bit of sweet tea.
There you go.
Sweet tea connoisseur, if you know what I mean. But got my friend Ben in the chat there. You want to give me a shout out? Who's asking how good the pizza was? 1 to 10, how we ranking this pizza? I think it's.
I mean, it's always a 10.
Oh yeah,
10 out of 10.
it's Papa John's.
No, man. We should have got the shakaroni.
There you go.
Y'all go ahead and talk about pizza.
Yeah.
All right, we got David here, and he is an enduro driver here at Langley Speedway. So tell us about, you haven't run but what, 3 or 4 races?
I ran 4 races, 1 non-points paying race at the Wacky Wednesday event on August 13th, I believe. And I did 3 points races. I finished 2 in the top 10. We got pretty lucky with our draws, got up front. Hit the wall one time this year, spun out in practice once, almost hit the wall in practice one time my first race. But other than that, it's been fun. I mean, there's no other racing series that you can go out for $2,000 and go out and have fun.
How did you get started? Like, what brought you here?
Well, in 2024 at the championship night #1, we were sitting out here and it was practice. I believe I saw Cody Bryant or whoever was driving their 08 car for parts barn. And I saw that car and I was like, man, that car's fast. I like that car. And I was telling my friend, well, I guarantee I can come out here and beat some of these guys. I knew I had a little bit of a skill behind me.
I'd be right from Jump Street.
Gotta have that.
Well, I said, I feel like I could come out here and beat some people. And he said, I dare you to do it. And so, well, come around February, we were like, well, I don't have the money together. Let's keep saving some money. And eventually, I think it was May, we ended up buying a car from a guy that raced that Dominion Raceway in 6-cylinder. Supposedly, this car got 3rd in the Super 6. They have their annual 6-hour enduro race there in October, and they got 3rd there. It won something in Alabama, I heard, and it did really well in the championship there, I believe, in 2023. And so I ended up purchasing it. It was not running. Only had to put a fuel filter in it. A fuel pump in it. Ended up getting it running. It ran 150 down the back roads. I actually got a video on my Facebook. It was in our, well, I like to call it the clown car paint scheme. It's literally a green and orange paint scheme. I didn't really like it as much, but we got it up 150. And after that, we were like, we're going out Langley, we're going to race it. And so
We'll set them boys up.
yeah. Well, we came out here. I came out with your best team. I really thought I was going to go out here and do something crazy, and I ended up finishing 9th. That was, I had my expectation got humbled a little bit. You know, some of these people out there, they are good. I mean, they're good. I mean, they've come out here. They've been building cars for as well. Yeah, they're pretty good.
All right. We're going to take a break just 1 minute. We're going to bring Deb Williams in here. We've been wanting to talk to her for a while, and I know it's a big thing to get her on here, so let's go ahead and talk to her.
Hey, Deb, how you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are you doing? I was trying to get my light rust right. I'm in the car.
Now, you're not driving, are you?
No, I just pulled into my driveway, and I knew I didn't have time to get inside and get set up before it was time to come on with you.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll let that slide this time.
Okay.
Anyway, I wanted to say congratulations officially on our show, going into the Hall of Fame in the Hall SQUIRE part of the media section of the Hall of Fame. That is truly a big honor for you.
Thank you. It still seems surreal. I just can't believe it. It's I was thrilled that Jim France wanted to tell me himself, and I just lost it. I started crying, but he told me, he said, "It's okay, you earned it."
So how did that happen? Where were you at? He called you. How did it come about?
I was in Daytona, and I had actually gone into a meeting with him and Mike Helton when I was down there for the season finale. And they waited till we got through the meeting, and then at the end of it, that's when they told me. And they really set me up for it too. I'll tell you that. They were just as serious as they could be, and Jim said, now that we finished our meeting, Mike and I have something we want to talk to you about. And my first thought was, oh my gosh, what have I done now? And, you know, has he already heard about the hour and a half NMPA meeting from Wednesday night? And so they just kept on, and then finally he told me what it was, but he held. I mean, they held it just as serious faced as they could be up until he told me.
Well, it is truly an honor. I have read a lot of the things you wrote, and I mean, you are definitely a legend of this sport as far as the media and writing in this sport. You are definitely that legend that deserved this more than
Yeah.
anything.
Are you the first female? I think so, right? Aren't you the first female reporter?
No, well, I was the first female to cover NASCAR on a regular basis for an international wire service when I was with United Press International. And but I was, some people like Sandy McGee with the Baltimore Sun. Sandy would come in and cover Daytona, and she would cover Dover and Pocono, but the rest of the time she was usually covering IndyCar racing. So, but when I was with United Press International and UPI was going head to head with the AP, that's when I was the first female to cover it for an international wire service on a regular basis.
Do you look back and say like how much things have changed? I mean, it's hard to believe that. I mean, we hear Darrell Waltrip talk about it a few times that his wife wasn't allowed in the garage because women weren't allowed in the garage, and you were kind of one of the first ones that did, right?
Right, and I mean, the first time I went to Darlington to cover a race and picked up my press credential, printed on the press credential was no women allowed in pits. And I know Sandy McGee, before I came along, picked up some press credentials at some tracks, and it said no women or dogs allowed in pits. And so, that kind of went away when Darrell and Stevie Waltrip had their Basset Hound. But yeah, what they did with Stevie initially, because Darrell wanted Stevie keeping his fuel mileage, and they required her to have a crew member license. And since each team was limited to a certain number of crew member license, they thought if they required that, then that would keep her out of the pits and the garage because they wouldn't want to take a crew license away from a man. But it didn't. So that philosophy, or I should say that tactic, didn't work. But yeah, I was very fortunate because coming in with an international wire service, everyone wanted the coverage there because the Associated Press and United Press International were in all of your newspapers, radio, and TV stations. So I was very fortunate in that. That helped me break a lot of barriers down. But I look back at it and I just remember something my dad told me. My dad told me he used Wendell Scott as an example. He said, he said, now see, he had pointed Wendell out to me at Bristol, and Wendell came in. He told me, he said, watch the 34 car. And Wendell came down pit road, backstretch pit road, stopped his car in his pit box, got out, worked on his car, got back in his car, refired it, and went back into the race. And my dad turned to me. I was about 12 years old, and he turned to me and he said, now see, you can do anything you want to do if you want to do it bad enough. And he also started teaching me when I was in my late teens. He said, you cannot play the female card. He said, if you want to be treated equally, you can't come up and say, you can't do that. I'm a woman. He said, men don't like that. So he said, you got to make up your mind which way you want it because you can't have it both ways.
Well, that's pretty
Smart
true.
man.
That's
That-
pretty
that
true.
was
I mean,
Great advice.
and look what it did for you. It worked out really great for you.
Oh yeah. I was taught well. So, but you know, fortunately, I had parents that weren't like they never were. You can't do this or you can't do that. Um, they were always adamant about getting an education because it's something no one can take from you. And they always supported me in everything. I guess the only time we really got in disagreements was when I was a little girl and mother didn't want me to wear daddy's ball cap and then we would get in some disagreements on Sunday morning getting ready for church because mother wanted me to wear lace socks and black patent leather shoes, and I wanted to wear my boots and jeans, but she won.
Now, Dale Jr. asking you came on this podcast. I know that's second to ours, but what was that like? I mean, that had to be a pretty cool honor for look. Dale Jr. is a polarizing figure in the sport, right? And for him to call or however that happens, for you to be invited on his podcast and do that podcast is a pretty big deal.
Yes, I was very honored that when they called and asked me to be on his podcast. And, the thing about Dale Jr. is I remember him when he was a kid running around in the infield thinking he could do anything he wanted to because his daddy was Dale Earnhardt. So, I watched he and Kelly grow up. And the other thing, too, is their grandfather drove for a couple in my hometown that my parents had gone to high school with. So the Earnhardt family was a name that had been around our household my entire life. But yeah, it's been really neat watching Kelly and Dale grow up and see how they've matured as people and into their careers.
Yeah, they come a long way. The first time I met Dale Jr., I was working on a late model team and we were racing in North Wilkesboro, and there's like 140 cars showed up, and guess who's already in the garage?
Dale.
Junior, Kelly, Carrie, and there was some other kid. There was four of them there. And we actually ran into Senior and asked him, could he help us make the race? And he said, I got four kids trying to make this race. I can't help you.
Hey, Deb, you've been around the sport for a long time. But who are some of the people that influenced you in your career that made a big impact on you?
Well, the first one, I've got to start with my first managing editor that I ever had at the Mountaineer in Waynesville, North Carolina, Clifton Metcalf. He was not a race fan. He was a Carolina basketball fan. He had graduated from Carolina. But, when I showed to him that we had 8 people from Haywood County that drove every Friday night at Asheville Speedway, then and he saw they wanted coverage of it in the sports section, then he let me go there and cover it. And he was some of the things he taught me, like number one, you are there's a story in everybody out there, and your job is to find it. I think too many journalists today or try to insert themselves into the story and make themselves the story, and I know that's because of social media, and I understand that. But as a journalist, your job is to provide an accurate, balanced story, unless you're doing a column. And of course, with a column, which has always been my toughest thing to write, columns are hard for me because I don't think anybody wants my opinion. They want to hear the other people's opinion. But Clifton was, and when I actually, after I went with United Press International and I was on probation, because you were on probation for 6 months with UPI, I went back and asked for my job back at the Waynesville paper as sports editor and court and law enforcement reporter. And he looked at me and he said, no. He said, if you want to come back after you make your 6 months probation, then we'll talk about it. But he said, you need to stay there and prove to yourself you can make it. And so I'm very grateful to him for that. And then Jerry Mitchell was the UPI Charlotte bureau manager, and he was the one that recommended they hire me after I went in there and took my test for the wire service. But Fred McNeese, who was my state editor for United Press International here in North Carolina, now that's who I learned to be a reporter under. And he was just fantastic as an editor. I would have gladly worked for him the rest of my career. And he had a nice soft way of pushing you. For example, at the wire service, you were supposed to, if you took 30 minutes to write a news story, you were taking too long. And more than once, I had him look over and just say, Deb, is it safe to call the publisher? Can I let them know your novel is about ready? Which was his way of saying, you're taking too long, we need to get the story out. And or he would say, now that gave you an Anna girl. But just remember, one atta girl does not eliminate two old S's, only he said it. So yeah, and or he would say, well, you had an atta girl, but you just screwed it up with an so um, yeah, that was good. And then I got into an argument one time when I was with Jesse Jackson for 2 days during his '84 presidential campaign, and I got into an argument with a Secret Service agent, and I got to give a little background here because our Charlotte office was on the same floor as the Secret Service office here in Charlotte. So the agents in North Carolina in the Charlotte office knew me because they found out they could come in my office and look at the football and basketball polls before everybody else got to see them. And so when I got into it with the Secret Service agent out of D.C., I went to the head agent for Charlotte and told him, I said, now you know me, and you know I'm not going to be where I'm not supposed to be. And he said, what happened? And I explained it to him. He said, don't worry about it. I'll handle it. So when we got to the next stop, the D.C. agent came up and apologized to me. And so when I called in and the state editor asked me how everything was going, and I gave him the rundown, he said, Deb, leave the Secret Service alone. Please don't mess with the Secret Service. He used a different word, but it was, it was the F word. He said, don't do that with the Secret Service. He said, I'm too busy. I don't have time to come down there and bail you out of jail. Leave them alone.
Well, you have had a very storied career in this sport, and you've worked with some of the greatest people in this sport. And I mean, one of our favorite people, Al Pierce. You worked with him for a while. I mean, it's a testament to what you have done to be where you are today, and we're honored to have you on our show to be a part of that.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's like I always say, we always hear that the word I doesn't exist in the word team. Well, the word I also doesn't exist in the word success. And there are a lot of people who have been responsible for my success who have guided and coached me along the way because I certainly would not be where I am without their support and guidance and instructions.
Well, Deb, we appreciate you being with us. I know you're sitting in your car. You're ready to get in the house. Anyway, we appreciate your time and effort for being with us tonight. And hopefully we can get you back and we'll talk to you again sometime.
I hope so. I really appreciate you inviting me. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. And congratulations again for your award. I think it's deserved.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that tremendously. Y'all have a nice evening and a good week.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's pretty cool, right? I mean, especially being the first woman to come to sport. Can you imagine getting the credentials and it says no women in the garage and this is where you're supposed to go?
Yeah, they said go ahead. That's crazy.
Well, I can't remember. I think she had told us kind of how it went, but
she chewed Jim Francis' ear, Big Bill Francis' ear off or something.
No telling, but she is one of a kind in this sport, and it's
very well.
It's an honor. I mean, it's an honor for us to even be associated with her in some shape, form, fact. Even though it's just on the show or whatever.
I mean, you got us, Lindell Jr.
We're there.
I look at it like her, us, Lindell Jr. But I ain't gonna say it. Raymond Hayes says Haynes wants us to say a little prayer for his father, R.B. The doctors want him to go to hospice. Yeah. So say a little prayer for Raymond and his family. That'd be something we need to keep an eye on, and wish him the best and hope everything goes well. All right, let's get back to David here. He's sitting here patiently waiting on us to talk to him.
I just say I talked a little bit with Skinnell. I messaged back and forth with him a little bit. He's home. He come home last night. He's got a lot of wrestling to do, but things seem to be going in a good direction. Didn't elaborate a whole lot of what's going on. Didn't really ask, just checking on to see how he was doing. So thinking about Skinnell.
Them sex change operations are good. I mean,
that just went well.
No, mine didn't go well. But the Skinnell, you had to go with it. What are you holding your face for?
He's like, I don't know if I should have done this.
Oh God.
Keep going.
We'll be right back.
I thought we were talking racing.
That's right. Well, I want to say how good it was for Skinnell to be able to be out of the hospital, and I'm sure he. I'll hear about that down the road somewhere. So anyway, David, back to you and back to what's going on with you next year.
Yes, sir.
Full-time racing next year.
Yes, sir. I will be racing full time in the Enduros at Langley Speedway. Hopefully, no car troubles come. Usually, these stock cars, literally taken straight out of a junkyard, taken straight off the roads, they sometimes come into issues. But if the car holds together, I will be racing full time next year. Go try to get Rookie of the Year. It's a hard battle. I think we have one other driver that's going to be competing for it next year. So I'm hoping I do really well. I kind of did the math, and I was saying, if I can finish top 10 every single race, that puts me in a very good position, and hopefully capitalize on results, capitalize on mistakes of other folks, and capitalize when I need to.
Now let me ask you the question. Now, you know, we got this little thing going on at the end of this year. So you do a little video, you might have a chance to win a custom driving suit and all this
Cash money.
cash money. I mean, could you use cash money in your racing?
Well, yeah, I mean, in the Enduro series, there's a lot of things that we can't change specifically, but just bringing in money, it helps us. It gets sponsors, especially. It gets our name out there. I mean, $5,000. That's a lot of money when you think, especially.
It's gonna be 5,000 split between 1 to 5 people.
Oh, 1 to 5 people. Okay.
So,
well,
obviously,
if we split it between 5, it'd be $1,000. You don't.
How we do
Yeah.
it.
Well, especially for the Enduro series. I mean, that's a lot of money for us. It goes tires. We go through tires. I think we go through about a tire a race, and it gets really expensive really fast. And if you don't have somebody to step back, it's coming out of your own pocket. And so you gotta. And then if you tear up a car, you gotta get a new body panel. If you blow an engine, mess up your suspension. It's a lot. It's very expensive very quickly.
Yeah, adds up quickly. So
yes.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia. I was born and raised there.
Or where at?
Indian River section over there. 20 years old. I started racing this year. My life is very uneventful. I was the kid. Per se, I was the one in the hallway. I was the class clown of the class, and I hated school. I didn't really like it. When I graduated in high school in 24, I told myself I'm not going to college, and I got a job in carpentry and whatnot, and then came out here to Langley since 2017, I believe. 2018, and I've been watching races here, and eventually push came to shove, and I got somebody dared me to come race, and I was like, I'm doing it.
Somebody called your bluff, right?
And you and I discussed this before they all got here.
Yes.
Today about the way your car got painted up the way it is.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I was sitting at a table. It was Saturday. I was sitting with my friend Ben Crum. I believe we had one other person there, and we were talking about paint schemes, and we ran through about 20 different designs. The first design I believe we came up with was the General Lee, and sad to say, the General Lee has a Confederate flag on it, and it was banned from most NASCAR tracks, I believe, back in 2020, and we were like, well, let's not do that. It's not right to run that at the racetrack and whatnot. So we went through, I think, about 20 different paint schemes, and I eventually settled on, well, I've seen Lightning McQueen at racetracks, I've seen the King, Chick Hicks, and all of them. I was like, I've never seen a Doc Hudson paint scheme at the racetrack. And I was like, let's capitalize on it. And especially, I put it on the car. We did some temporary designs. And I was like, it looks good. It's just the thing is, I'm not running Fabulous Hudson Hornet on the side. And so we sat there and we were thinking, well, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna do Fabulous Acura? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't feel good. So we ended up throwing our name in there, DB Racing, and it worked out perfectly fine. And from there, we run 51. That's same number as Doc Hudson. And we made this scheme as accurate as possible to it. The letters very similar, same fonts, numbers. It's actually the same number font. The front end, we actually when you look at the car, you have a little red and the emblem. I had to cattywampus it and whatnot and make it look like an actual Hudson Hornet. Now, some things we are missing, like the championship logo. Maybe we'll add that if I win an Enduro championship. Right. But I'm not going to put that there because that's bad luck. You don't say you won a championship, you haven't won one. But and then we spent a good 3 weeks painting it up. It's straight spray paint from Lowe's. A lot of people use wraps and whatnot. I was like, I don't have money for wraps. I got paint, so ended up painting it up. And sadly, I hit the wall on I think it was September 6th. I hit the wall really hard on lap 3, and and I tore up the right side of that car. And I mean, I tore it down to pieces. The logos were shredded, the paint. And so what I ended up doing is I was like, well, I'm not going to come out here and run a car that looks terrible. That's just not me. So what we ended up doing is we ended up taking off our logos. And since it was when we were planning our paint schemes, it just so happened that Charlie Kirk had passed away a couple of days before. And we were like, well, we have an open car. Why don't we run a tribute scheme for him? I mean, he meant a lot for me, especially in my school and whatnot. So we were like, let's run this. So we ran, can't remember the words, but we ran a Charlie Kirk paint scheme in our last race. And that was really special, especially for all the fans that came up to me. It really meant something. As people come up, they'd see the car and be like, thank you for doing that. You know, that you don't understand how much that means to them.
It's a tough subject, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah. There was a couple people I saw who did drag race paint schemes, and I thought they're a lot cooler than mine, but with the Charlie Kirk paint scheme and whatnot. But I really wanted to do something for that.
So who helps you?
Ben Crum, he's our crew chief. He is a 15-year-old out of let's see, he is from Williamsburg. I met him, and I believe it was 2021 Halloween at Indian Cove Resort in Sandbridge, Virginia. I was out there kicking a football, and he came by and he was joking around with me. He said, "Was that an onside kick?" Because I shanked the football. He was joking around, and he said, "Was that an onside kick?" And from then we became good friends. We fished for a while and became very close friends. And he was there beside me when I told him, "You want to go race?" And he was like, "Yeah, we got to go do that." And so we ended up starting. Our first goal was supposed to be out here June 21st. That was supposed to be our first race, but we missed the deadline, didn't get our logos in, especially the number. Can't run without a number. So we ended up coming out July 12th, first race, and we did really well. We had a little bit setup changes, but we learned. We're learning through it and whatnot.
So where do you work on the car? Or where do you keep the car?
Well, we were working at Chesapeake Campground. That's where I work. Markley's Antiques, and we're finishing right next to Chesapeake Campground. And I made a deal with the owner of Chesapeake Campground. I told her, I'll put a hood sponsor on the car if you let me work on it in the back there. And she was like, I don't know about that. I don't like that idea. And I was like, and I literally pressured her for 3 days straight. I was like, come on, you got to give me some. And she eventually caved in, and she said, we'll try this out for a month. And so I put it back there. We ended up working on it. Worked out well. And then push came to shove. She needed a spot where I was working. So she said, I'll give you a month, get it out there. So we ended up bringing it over to my house in Indian River. And I've been working it over there since. We just have about a 16-foot section. The car is 16 foot long. So we just have enough room in the driveway to work on it.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
That's the way it should be.
Oh,
What are your ambitions?
Oh.
You and I were talking about money and ambitions
yes.
of what you may want to do.
Well, I've thrown this word around. I do want to become the best team in the Enduro Series. I mean, it's far away. I can tell you we have a lot of work to do. And my goal is by 2029, we will be the top team in the Enduro Series. I really want to see 3 or 4 cars out here. I want to see competitive people. I want to see wins. I want to see championships come to the organization. I don't know if I'll be driving at that point. I like the owner side of things. And I really would like to see us start winning some races. Now, I don't say that we're going to win in this car. This car is on the mediocre side, back half of the field. But it's still fun to race. I was talking with one other driver. There might be a possibility that I can purchase his car, and we could run that as a part-time car next year with some different types of drivers. We were planning on running one driver this year at the championship race, but that ended up falling through due to sponsor reasons and whatnot. But other than that, I really hope that our team can grow really fast and start getting some wins under our belt.
Sounds like you got a plan or you got a vision anyway.
Well, I have the vision. I don't have the money. That's the thing.
Welcome to the
This ragged show we got.
We got no money.
We ain't got a car, so ragged.
Well, I see. He's drinking.
Ambition.
He's drinking Pepsi, and you're drinking Mountain Dew. So I mean, you got some type of money. I'm drinking 99-cent tea. Okay.
Well, they're sponsored.
All right. Well, Arizona Tea, you gotta find me. Okay. Come on. You give me some sweet
Well, they
tea
used
there.
to be a sponsor. I don't think they're a sponsor anymore. Are they?
Well, yeah, they still from time to time give us stuff, not like they used to. I mean, I have to run him down sometimes.
We just fake it really well.
If I can catch him, I got it. If I don't catch him, I'll do it myself. But anyway. All right. Let's go ahead and talk with Zach. Go ahead and do your pro thing there.
I'm gonna change stuff around here. I gotta find it. Take one. Well, today would be nice.
Hey, Jack, this is Robbie Parker, your favorite driver. And everybody out there, you're watching the Jack Dodson Show with the Scott Allen and Adam Wellbrock.
There.
It wasn't me this time. But that was good. It was good.
Come, y'all got to stop that. There's more people than him.
What's up, Zach? How you doing, buddy?
How's it going, y'all? Doing
I
good.
know he's sitting here waiting on us all night long, but anyway. So
All
tell
good.
us, I talked with your dad not too long ago. Tell us about all your good news that you got some good news that happened to you during this year. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so give me 1 second here. All right, whatever. My thing was messing up. So start to our whole year was really good. Just 2 weeks ago we picked up our first win in the Legend Car, so that was really exciting. Just the whole rookie season in general, I feel like I've learned a lot and developed a lot as a driver. Just like thinking back to like the first time in the car to now, just like even personally and the car both, just learning everything setup wise has been pretty difficult moving up from the mini cups, which are pretty robust cars, but these Legend cars have a lot of intricacies with them, especially with like the driver side of it. But I feel like I've learned well and developed well, and here at the end of the year we actually ended up with a good amount of speed, so that's always good.
What was it like coming to your first win, man? I mean, what's
Oh,
going
I mean,
on the last
actually-
couple of laps?
So, well, last couple of laps, it was about the backstretch. We spent, we actually started that race fifth, and just kind of picked them off one by one. One of the guys up front had a rear end brake and put rear end grease all over the track, all over the groove, and I made the pass for the lead. Coming to the white on the front stretch. So there wasn't really a lot of time to soak it in, but on my GoPro video, you can actually hear me yelling over the engine coming down the front stretch, celebrating once we got it done.
So what was Dad like when you got that win?
Oh, I mean, you know him. He was hooting and hollering and jumping all over the place. He was super excited, and everyone was. It's what you come here to do. It's what you go to the racetrack for, is to try and win. And especially with all the hard work that he's put into it and all the money, he was very happy to be in victory lane.
What track are you racing at?
So we raced at Dominion full time this year. So we actually did miss a race just for some extracurricular stuff that I had planned beforehand. But we still ended up fourth in track points and second in the Rookie of the Year points, even missing a race. So, I feel like we really improved every week. We also got to go to Shenandoah one time last week, or 2 weekends ago, and that place was really cool. I think we're going to go there more next year, and then hopefully, I really want to come to Langley, so hopefully I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah,
You got to come down here to Langley and run the Legend down here, because
it's different, man. It's a difficult technical track compared to some other places.
Yeah, I mean, I know that like the gear we run, we're in third gear there, which is a full gear lower than any other track I've been to. So just I'm excited, and from a lot of the people I've talked to and a lot of my teammates, they tell me it's fun, so I can't wait to get down there next year.
And I mean, this is just a little thing for Langley Speedway. I mean, you think about the last couple of guys that have dominated here are doing pretty well in their career, right? I mean, we got the ARCA champion, we got Cars Tour guy, and the future's looking bright for those guys. So if you can get around here, it looks like it's good for you.
Yeah, and I'm pretty good there in iRacing, right? So maybe it'll have some real life translation. I can be the next big guy, maybe. Who knows?
Well, he wasn't too bad in the mini cup here either.
No, I think we won all but one time we came out here. So I mean, I like I said, I'm very excited to get out there next year. Hopefully we can mix it up with like Tommy and all the fast guys, and maybe get back in Dale Lamona's victory lane.
You just got to mark your shot, just in
Yeah.
case somebody takes it.
Yeah, hold on to those.
There's a backstory there.
you probably heard the shock story, so we're not going to go with that.
So
Email it back to you.
from the racetrack. But when you say you do an iRacing, you run here. how realistic is it? Do you run Dominion on the iRacing, or is that even on iRacing?
So Dominion sadly is not on iRacing. I wish it was, but actually Shenandoah is it's a close replica of the bull ring. So actually, before we went there, last weekend, I was doing a lot. I probably did 500 laps in a legend car at the bull ring, and there's obviously like little intricacies with how like the tracks develop in real life, but I mean, just like kind of knowing where you're at and just how the car reacts in a lot of those situations definitely helps me learn.
Yeah, well, that was kind of my question. Is like, how much did that help you? I mean, I guess it like pick up points and let off points and kind of somewhat. I mean, it's nothing's going to be like the real thing, but I think it can definitely make you feel closer when you just jump onto the racetrack without being cold to the racetrack.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's not like one to one, but you can apply the techniques you learn in iRacing to the real life stuff. And that's kind of how I use it. I don't use it as a one to one. It's more of a tool to like get into different situations that I wouldn't normally get in.
Explain the difference that you found between Shenandoah and Dominion, because I've been up to Shenandoah, and that's a different type of racetrack. So explain the differences that you have between the two.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, in a legend car, it almost feels like the difference between like a mile and a half and like Martinsville. If you applied it to the real NASCAR side, Dominion is just so much on throttle time. You're chipping out in like whatever in fourth, and we're like hauling. I think we're going 96, 97 into the turns, and you slam on the brakes and you yank the wheel, and the moment you feel like you can get it straight, you just hit the gas and like just on throttle, on throttle, on throttle. At Shenandoah, there's a huge bump on both ends on entry, and that really gives the racetrack a lot of character. You can kind of dip some tires on the apron and just play with your lines. I actually restarted on the outside like almost every single restart we did, and it worked. Like I never really lost ground from it. So just it's wild how different they were. I was not expecting it, to be honest.
Oh, well, Shenandoah is a different place. I mean, I've been up there a couple times, and it's really different. I just wondered how you saw the difference between the two.
Yeah, very different for sure. Yeah.
All right, let's look at next year. What you got in your plans for next year? You say you might run some different places. So what all you got in your plans?
Yeah, so we're kind of playing it by ear at the moment. Once the track schedules come out, we'll have a better idea. I don't think we're gonna run for a track championship this year. We kind of stayed at Dominion just because it's close to home this year. But now that we feel like we've got speed and we feel like we can contend and learn at a lot of the places we go. And additionally, with me being at school, I don't know what my plans for the summer are with an internship or anything like that. So we don't want to get like married to one racetrack and then I go halfway across the country. So hopefully, we'll probably just run wherever we feel like. If we see the schedule and see something fun, that's what we'll do.
So have you ever run the Charlotte Summer Shootout, anything like that down there? Or is that one of the things you would like to try?
Yeah, I would love to. I think we're gonna try and get down there for at least one round. That's like a 6 or 7 week series.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know if we'll be able to commit to the full summer schedule, but definitely at least one. Maybe I think they do a few where they do Monday and Tuesday races. So maybe we'll go down there for that and go have some fun with that place. That place is crazy.
Now, would you take your car, or would you like rent a car down there?
We'd probably take our car. Yeah. We'd have to do some setup work, but that's nothing us racers can't do. Hours in the garage.
Yeah. Well, that place is different because when you say flat, it's like beyond flat. It's like going the other direction flat.
Well, yeah. Who all helps you and sponsors your effort to be at the racetrack?
Yeah, so Metadata Forensics was our primary this year. They help us a lot, and they've been with me for the past couple of years. So can't thank Patrick and that whole company enough. They do a lot for us. Additionally, I'd like to thank my mom and dad for making this whole racing thing happen. It doesn't happen without them. CMG Motorsports, we worked with them this year, kind of helping us get our feet wet with setup stuff and helping me as a driver. Mike, Brian, everybody who's really just helped us at all. I'd really like to thank them especially. And then Brian's Garage, Racing Electronics, Chalu Performance Racing Parts, Rose 1 through 10 podcasts, Simpson Safety Equipment, and Spy Sunglasses is everyone who makes it happen for us every week.
So you've officially kicked your dad out of racing. I mean, he's helping you now. He's not doing anything.
Well, I mean, when a faster driver comes along, you gotta pick the best of the two.
Yeah, you know what? I told him he pays for the car. He can get it whenever he wants. If he wants to kick me out of the seat, I think he's a little nervous to do it though. So maybe you can get on him and get him to test it a weekend or two in the preseason, have some fun with it.
Yeah, and tell him when he gets ready to test it, he needs to let me know, and I'll try to get there because I don't like to see
So we
it.
can document how slow it is.
Yeah.
Well, Zach, we appreciate you being with us tonight. We'll talk to you again soon, and maybe we can get you on sometime next year, and especially when you come down here to Langley. It'd be nice to have you down here.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to talk to you guys again, and thank you for having me tonight. I appreciate it.
Hey, look, your dad says you got more talent than he does, so you might as well just
We already knew that.
take it. Just say thank you and go on, let it go.
All right.
All right, man. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Winning your first race, man. That's so cool. Oh, Jack, I know what
That's okay, me neither, Jack.
I haven't even been close to the front.
Scott's the only winner at this table. Man.
that was.
Do we really want to go here?
Hey, look, I thought about that when she said, "Don't make an article about yourself." I'm like, no, that's all I do. I just told you when I met Dale Jr. it was about me.
So we're ready to go. We go and take a little few weeks off here. And
I'm ready. We've been.
do you take any time off, or you keep messing with the car all during the
Well, we're gonna do some big plans with the car. The car has the dash still in it, and I misread the rule book. The rule book says you have to have the dash in it. It means the little gauges and whatnot. It doesn't mean the full dash, and so we're gonna remove the full dash out of it. Do a little bit of work. We're gonna paint the interior, make it look nice. So if we bring it to a show or something, it looks a lot better than what it is. But other than that, we're gonna put it aside over the colder months, and we'll be back at it in March. I think we raced Pepsi opening night, I believe. I think the Enduros is usually on that night, so we'll be out for that.
So who helps you with setup stuff? Are you just doing stuff on your own? Are you doing research? Somebody helping you?
Well, the thing is, I've talked with a lot of drivers out here. I've talked to, I believe, every single Enduro driver that I've raced against. I've talked with. I've talked with Joe Gray. He helped me out the second weekend out here. He was explaining how shocks work, especially, and the air in the tires and whatnot. Especially with Zach Herdline. He won the championship in the Enduros. I actually was sat next to him on the championship night, and he helped me out. He explained what the shocks do, how it's opposite from each end and whatnot, and how you could set your car up a little bit better. And so, but especially it's just trial and error. We only get about 5-lap practice,
Right.
and in that 5 laps, we throw everything at it. Last practice, I really went with a loose car because I really want to see where I could go with it. I ended up spinning out, so that it was a little too loose for me. But
you just got to work on it.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Loose is fast.
well, yeah, that's the phrase. But I mean, but it can get you wrecked sometimes too. But anyways, off of that, we've been trying our best. I mean, we're a small team, very new to it.
Yeah.
So we got to start somewhere.
Oh, absolutely, man.
I can't wait for the next year to get started
Oh, yeah.
with the Enduros.
It,
Joe
He's looking
Gray,
for drivers, Jack.
and Chris
Maybe-
Myers.
Maybe you can.
We talk less on here. Joe Gray, Chris Myers, Zach Herdline. Everybody. It's going to be a good. It's
Oh,
going
yes,
to be a
sir.
good division next year.
Thomas.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Thomas.
He actually won the 2025 dirt championship at Langley for how much he drifts around here.
Yeah, it should get some sort of honorable mention.
I mean, that man can block 2 lanes with 1 car. Okay, that's pretty good.
Smallest car.
Sideways, not left, right?
Mike
Well,
Wall-
he said, "Put me in, coach." Old guy.
Old guy class. I'm gonna tell you what he's done a lot for the legends and bandos and stuff around.
100%.
So it's really cool to see that.
CMG Motorsport.
Give it up, my quality. What's CNG Motorsports? What's that stand for?
That's who Zach was talking about.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna go there. I was trying to be nice to Mike.
Somebody else is nice to Mike.
Well, evidently not. Everybody's kind of like you.
And, like, their stuff might be a little jacked up when they order something from him. Say, yeah, I got a tire for you.
Here you go. On the house.
All right, well, let me shout out my sponsors here.
Yeah,
Said I get them. Bears Dog Run.
Who?
Bears Dog Run. They are a dog mobile gym. It's a very unique thing. It's so a lot of people that don't have time to walk their dogs in the week. They're at work working 50, 60 hours a week. Don't have time to walk their dogs. What they'll do is they'll come over to your house, bring your dogs out to their van, and they have a little treadmill in there for your dog, so it gets a little walk in. They're mainly on Facebook, so just search up Bears Dog Run. Newcastle Coins and Collectibles in Chesapeake. Best coin place you can buy coins. I've shopped with Johnny. Johnny Robinson is his name. He's been over there over 10 years. I think he was there, started in 2012, I believe. And one of the greatest guys you can ever meet. If you need to go somebody to talk to for a couple hours, just go on in there. He's got stories to tell. Okay.
Wow.
We went to one of them little stores that we got.
What's that?
Remember what's his name had the car store?
Oh,
Went
yeah.
to it in Craddock.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one too.
It's the only time we did a show remotely. And before I got there, I knew where it was at. I grew up in Deep Creek. You know, we're talking about church. We were in Craddock in Church Square. And Jack's like, "Hey, you got a gun?" Okay, I'm just
So, I pulled up front of this place, right?
he's like, you know where this place is? I'm like,
Scott,
"Yeah."
Scott wasn't there yet. I pulled up like normal. He ain't there, but I pulled up in front of this place, and there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on around me. Right? So I said, "This don't look good, and we're gonna do our show here." So I said, "I'm gonna call Scott." And
I was like, do you have a gun? I'm like, yeah.
because that place,
Okay.
I was scared to
Might
leave.
need
I was scared to leave my car outside. I didn't know sure I was gonna come back to one.
We ain't been back since.
You're exactly right.
It was a collectible store.
I mean, he had a lot of stuff in there. How he kept it.
I don't know where that guy's at now.
I used to see him in Charlotte some, but I
Yeah.
ain't seen him
See him
down there.
around from time to time.
But anyway.
No, he ain't got the store there. No.
Sharon Gray says, thanks for the shout outs to Joe Gray. Well, we're glad that Joe's in the Enduro division. And
I'm glad he won Rookie of the Year. I mean, that didn't really get a lot of mention across the board, but he won Rookie of the Year. And good for him. Good for his team. I think he actually.
Good thing he ain't doing it next year, huh?
I mean, he was good this year. I mean, he would have had me right out of the bag. But I'm glad I ain't got to go against him for Rookie of the Year. I tell you that he's a good driver.
how's the camaraderie between all you guys back there? I mean,
Well,
Same as it is here.
well, I try to be positive with everybody. I mean, I don't go around picking fun of everybody. I mean, maybe I'll throw some stuff around, but you try to keep it civil between everybody. I mean, I don't hang out with
We'll
them.
have to try that next time, Joe.
Well, I don't hang with them off the racetrack, but I love talking with people. I like to find a driver and sit around an hour and a half, talk with him. I talked with Fontaine for a good hour and a half, just talking about little stuff across the board. I mean, I like talking. If you see me in the racetrack, I'm either talking, drinking my sweet tea, or driving. Okay, that's the three things I'll be doing. Okay.
Good way to
Don't give him the mic during the race.
good way to spend an afternoon at the racetrack.
Adam, don't be going down there unless you got some tea with you when you go down.
Yeah, you
We're
got-
gonna see him
No.
pretty soon, but he'll be like Uncle Si. He's gonna carry his thing.
I got my sweet tea in my hand, got my mic in the other hand, and I'm ready to go. Okay. Yeah, the car's coming out turn 4. We're gonna take the green right here. All right, that's gonna be me next year.
But anyway, well, David, we appreciate you coming
Yes,
out
sir.
here, being here tonight. I know you come from the other side of the world over there in Chesapeake.
It was great coming out.
That's why I come every week.
We ain't worried about you.
We noticed.
So anyway, anyway, our show next week, we're going to have the father-daughter champions from Dixieland Speedway. Holly got the Super Street
You better
Championship,
watch out.
and Joe got the Sportsman Championship this year. So that's a pretty big deal to have both of them.
Well,
And
how secure his seat is.
I don't know. That may be up for grabs here for a lot, but
Can ask him.
he still got the championship, so you can't kick nobody out like that. So
She's way better looking than he is. So.
yeah, well, I ain't gonna say that.
She'll sell more sponsors.
Well, that's true too.
And she's winning, and she got a championship.
That's what we were talking about earlier. That females can get the sponsorship. So anyway, but anyway, well, and I've got somebody else that I'm talking to about coming on next week. So
I thought there was somewhere else. You said they had somebody I'm talking to. Oh, I'm sorry.
We gotta go.
Anyway, that's our show for tonight. Thank God Scott's going home.
So we'll see you later, Flippy.
So anyway, please like and share our show. Please tune in. What is that? Champion Assets? The Dirt Daubers. Yeah, we're going to have some Dirt Daubers here next week.
Right.
So anyway. All right. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, and we'll see you again next week. Scott may be here. We don't know. Don't know.
If I'm allowed. We'll see. See you guys.